Tiliani Z, candidate for governor of Arizona, and I'm here with Mark Dannels, sheriff of Cochise County.
Well, Paula, thanks for coming to Cochise County and seeing our border, seeing our what I call innovative and positive efforts to secure our border here in Cochise County.
I'm excited to see it today. Tell me, what restrictions do you have in enforcing our Constitution at the border?
Well, let me say this. As a sheriff elected by the people of Cochise County, my number one priority is keep them safe. Their quality of life, to embrace that and sustain that for them. I take that very serious. As a law enforcement officer for 37 years, I work within the state parameters, the Constitution of Arizona that gives me the authority to go out and protect them. When it comes to border issues, we enforce state law, which is anything that we can enforce on. If we get smugglers, whether it's a criminal trespass, whether it's reckless driving, whether it's a negligent homicide, you name it. The buffet of crimes that we address on the border here is amazing.
Well, Mark, a lot of people ask, why aren't our sheriffs doing more to prevent the invasion of illegal immigrants?
I can't speak for all the sheriffs. I know the majority of sheriffs I work with on the southern border and within the interior take their oath of office, which is to protect their communities. I take that very seriously. Unfortunately, the federal immigration law does not apply to state law enforcement. We have no authority under immigration. I have spoke to our Attorney General, I spoke to our District Attorney, I have spoke to our legal that protect us in liability and lawsuits, and no one, even at the national level, has said that we have immigration authority. My 37 years, I've never been said, nobody's ever said, Sheriff Watt, you can do civil immigration law. We deal with public safety criminal law.
I agree, but the people, their understanding is that our sheriffs are not doing enough. Yet, our Constitution states that at any time the federal government imposes policies or laws that do not protect our people, our governor has the right to take our state back.
Well, I can't.
Who would give you more rights to really do your job that needs to be done at the border?
The ultimate recipe of success for protecting America is when the President of the United States, our governors, our elected community leaders, to include our sheriffs, work together. That's the recipe of success. Right now, that's not working. Right now, we have a president that has failed to protect our borders, which is fair to protect our border communities and beyond. So, working with our governor, we have done some things, but when it comes to immigration, nobody has brought me the recipe of success that we can enforce immigration. Now, we work collectively with CBP, Customs and Border Patrol, and that's where it's been successful down here.
You guys.
But if our governor stated, I'm taking care of my people, my state, and we're going to protect the people of the state, we're going to enforce the law at our border, and gave you ability to come up with a plan, would that do it for you?
It would help, but let me just say this too. That's a collective decision from the governor, an attorney general, and the 15 sheriffs.
So it has to come from the top,
We-
right?
Yeah, because we don't have immigration authority. What the legal answer there is, I don't know, because this is beyond the scope of what a sheriff has the authority to do. Listen, I can tell you all kinds of fancy things, but one thing that nobody's ever told me, whether it's in basic training or I'm as a sheriff, is I have immigration law authority. Nobody's ever told me that. We have reasonable detention, which is limited based on the circumstances.
So you're limited, but what authorities just directed to you. But if it came from the top, if it was a collective administration that said, this is what we're going to do, we're going to create a plan, then you would be able to execute it, correct?
As long as it's supported through legal, yes.
That's right. But our Constitution supports that legally. But it has to be from our governor.
Yeah, and our attorney general.
Exactly. Well, thank you for that information.
Thank you.
Stop it. We had